It finally happened. Nintendo has finally revealed their new console, the Nintendo Switch, in action via a live event through YouTube and a Nintendo Direct. While a good deal of details for the system have been confirmed, a handful of others haven't, and some gamers' fears have not been assuaged. The event confirmed that Nintendo is keen to avoid the release drought that pretty much crippled the Wii U, and has already promised a good deal of games for the platform in the near future, with titles like Super Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and Splatoon 2. But of the confirmed titles, only 5 will be available at launch, and based on gamers' reaction to the lineup, only one has any real hype built up for it: Zelda Breath of the Wild. On the technical side of things, Nintendo didn't really touch on the Switch's handheld functionality in regards to whether or not games will suffer a performance dip outside of the dock. While the internal battery life was quoted as being able to last 2 to 3 hours, but on whether or not actually playing a game will decrease the battery life quicker wasn't elaborated on. What's more is that Nintendo didn't touch on the overall processing power of the Switch. Japanese gamers lucky enough to play the console snapped screenshots of the upcoming Switch port of Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2, showing a noticeable disparity in overall quality between the Switch version and the PS4 version of Dragon Quest II. But Nintendo did state that they were going to finally abandon region locking, allowing consumers to play Nintendo games from any part of the world for the first time in the company's history. Nintendo also showcased the unique nature of the Switch's controller. Essentially, the controller is made up of 2 Joy controllers, which can be detached from a standard controller frame and attached to the Switch when in handheld mode. Or they can be held in each hand and still be used as if they were in the frame, as well as turned onto their sides, and each controller can then function like a standard controller for local multiplayer, something that Nintendo has called sharing the joy. Nintendo also elaborated on how each of the controllers feature a gyro motion sensor, allowing for individual left and right motion controls, but sadly no word on peripheral items in regards to when they'll be available or what their price will be, with things like the Pro Controller.